Hello, stampers and crafters. This is Kevon from ktstamps.com, creating cards for you. And I'm a little bit behind today, but you know, just the way it goes. This is Throw the Dice Thursday, and this is what I can kind of sort of try to remember. I dropped the dice before I put them up here, so I'm hoping that this is exactly what I did. So we'll wait and we'll see what happens. So anyway, I hope that you're having a good day. I come to you every other Thursday, and I just throw the dice. What they come up to is exactly what I try to do. And hello to everybody who's here today. Woohoo! I appreciate that. Can't see your names, but I do appreciate you being here. So, I have a couple of different cards. You know me, my masculine cards are not 100% on. So, I did a little bit of casing. And you know, my casing is called Copy and Slightly Edit. So that's what I did. So this first card comes from Stamp with Tammy. And I changed a few of the things on here. And I'm going to change it again because I don't know if I like exactly how it turned out. But we're going to go with it. This die comes from the Happy Hibiscus stamp set. This is the die. And these are online exclusives that will come out in early November. So we're using that die. The biggest die is exactly what I did either last week or the week before. This is the Frosted Forest. Love this. This is the tree that we are using. We're using the whole bundle. So I stamped. Let me see if I can get this so you can see it. I stamped this tree. Then I die cut the tree. And then I used this to add on the leaves for the tree. So all of that happened with this. I will be using the bird to create just some in-flight that goes on. Remember, this is done with these beautiful mats. I love these, and this is masking. And last time I started off with the stem. Then I added the leaves. And then the last one, you can depend on where you're going to. You can either create this to have a little bit of white on it, which can simulate snow. I did two different colors, which kind of adds autumn. If you haven't had a chance to look at that, either go to my Hump Day sketches, or I did it the last time I threw the dice. These are other decorative, and I'll do those pretty soon. This is just one that has the Christmas part of the tree, and then you have the snow on top. Now this comes in, and I don't know if you can see, this is up in the corner, you can see the C. Okay, these have A, B, and C is how you do these mattings. And the other mats have 1, 2, and 3, and they are up in the corner. So that's what you use for these. And it's fabulous because it comes with the dies. You can get the mats, and then you also have the stamps that go with it. So I am using, I'm thinking of you and how you strengthen my life. I really like that. I think that's fabulous. And then I also used from the same stamp set no beauty shines brighter than that of a good heart. And that's what I did on the inside with the birds. All right, so we're going to get started on this. And let me throw that up here in the corner so you can at least see. I'll put this down here. I also have this fabulous designer series paper called Country Woods. And if you haven't had a chance to take a look at this, please do. I used this, but I used the part up at the top where there wasn't that much blue. So I really tried to get the blue part of the wood, and this is Misty Moonlight, and I did a lot of just where the white shone more. Then you have this beautiful Misty Moonlight with these, I love all these colors. They're just beautiful. Then you have the dark, okay, again with wood that looks very old with a little bit of pink in it. So if you haven't had a chance to take a look at these, please do. They're just absolutely beautiful. Here's the dark and the light. Oh, they're beautiful. So that's what we are using today. So to bring everything in, I started coloring these because I also knew that it was going to take just a little bit of time to do this. So I did do the birds on the inside, and I did do the stamping. And we are just going to add, our tape. And this is just Stamp and Seal. And here we go with placing this on the inside. So this is the insert of our card. And then I'm going to just give it a good creasing, varnish it. All right, so we have that. I've already cut out the tree, and I have cut out the leaves. Now on the first leaf for this die, I just added some glue on a block, and then I took a dauber and I daubed the back of it. I thought that was like a pain in the you know what. So then this time what I decided to do is I took my adhesive seal, and there's sheets, and I put it underneath the green, and then I'm just going to take that off. Now with this, I am going to add this. I started off with this being a shaded spruce. I don't like it as much because when I looked at this color, you could hardly see it in back. So I am going to change and go to some of the old olive. And when you put this down, you can see that there's some areas that need to be a little bit darker and some areas that need to be white. So that's what I really worked on. And this, you can see my tip is not very good. So I'm going to change over to the other so I can get a good amount of color on this. And I'm going to go back over this with Old Olive too. And I'm just going around in circles. I'm going to try to add a little bit of the light, but I'm just getting the colors in right now, and I'm hoping that it will be different. So mind you, I'm taking a chance with this, and I'll show you in just a minute what I may either regret or not. And I'm trying to leave the leaves or the tree area brown. And you can see that the color's a little bit different. And that's exactly what I want. I want it to be a lighter color. And it wasn't until I put the die cut over top that I realized, oh my goodness, this does not look very good. And I think you're going to see that once you see the green at the bottom, the old olive part, not the shaded spruce part. And I'll show you in just a minute what I mean. Now we may get a visitor of my kitty. So it's almost dinner time. She didn't keep her breakfast down, so I think she's going to be jumping up here wondering why I am doing this video instead of feeding her. Okay. And I don't know, we can't see this yet, but do you see how the color ends up being so different down here at the bottom? It seems like it fits just a little bit better. And I know this is like a mess, but it's my mess. There you go. And I stamped this in Memento ink, so then you could use your blends. This blend is SU 100. And it's some that they say for the color of the faces or facial skin tones. I just think it's like a dark brown. There you go. And remember, all this, once it dries, it will change. It'll be a lighter shade. So now I'm just going to take this off, and again you're going to have to peel very delicately. And I'm hoping that most of the color comes off, but obviously it is not coming off in some areas. So that means I'm going to have to get out my take your pick tool and get rid of some of those. Okay, so that's what this looks like. So now I'll grab my pokey tool and get rid of most of these. I think I may turn them over and get rid of them on the other side. And this just takes a little bit of time. This is the biggest time you will spend. Just picking out all the leaves for the tree die. And if I would have brought in my little oh my goodness, we have a whole bunch down here. Let me see if I can take this again and try to get some of these out. Nope. Okay. And I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm picking out all the little leaves for this guy tree. And what I may do is just leave them in too. Okay, and I think that's what I'm just going to do. Just leave them in. All right, so here we go. And I'm just going to line these up, and you can see the difference. Do you see how much lighter it is from this side? And that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted it more of a lighter color. So we're just going to go with this. This is what my little tree looks like. This looks better than that. And I am going to take this, and I'm just going to add this down, bring in my pad, my piercing pad, and I am going to bring in the birds, and I have 5 birds on this. And it's just going through the trees like the birds do. Whether they're crows, whether they're blackbirds, whatever. I'm just going to add those on. Get them around the tree where I want them. And there we go. There's our 5 birds. With this ink pad, because mine is so juicy, you do have to be careful because you do get ink in the corners, and then they can leave spots on your card. So that's what we have to be careful of. And now I'm going to get rid of the piercing pad, bring back in my designer series paper from the Country Wood. Again, all the dimensions are on my blog, www.ktstamps.com. And it's going to take me a little while because I do not have that done yet. I have been a little bit procrastinating. So here we are down at the bottom. And then I am taking my foam adhesive sheets and I am just cutting them so I have this thing is able to pop right up. And again, I like these because it covers a lot more area. And you can just cut them to whatever size you want. And that's all I'm doing right now. It's giving them a nice cut, so I'm able to just pop them up on the designer series paper that I'll be using. And again, this is from Stamp with Tammy. And I really appreciate her. Thank you, Tammy, for this beautiful design. I love the fact that you used the masks when you did this. I decided to try something a little different. And mind you, it was very different. I love these. I think that these decorative decals, masks are exactly, they are beautiful. I like how they look with stamps. All right, so here is this, and I'm just going to put that up. Now, what I did with the saying is that, again, everything is stamped in Misty Moonlight. On this, I took two dimensionals on each side. And I just popped it up. because I wanted it to fit over top of the trunk. And I knew that the trunk then would also hold this up and in place. There we go. And my little bird's going to get hidden. Oh well. There we go. So we have that. Now, I didn't talk about that I brought in some of these beautiful ombre matte decorative dots. And those dots have Calypso Coral, Old Olive, Coastal Cabana, and Night of Navy. And I just took the Old Olive and I just kind of put it around. I wanted it mostly on the sentiment. And I used different colors on the first one. I think I'm going to go with a big one down at the bottom. And again, I just went in triangles. And that's the way our card looks. So that's our first card. Woo! Took us a long time. I really appreciate you guys staying with me today and hanging out. I love that. I love spending time with you. I love doing cards for you that you can case. Here are my first cards. And you can see the difference. This is exactly where you want to be. You want to have that light with that dark over top. All right, so those are our first cards from our sets of the Layering Regals, Masculine, DSP, and Foil and Bling. I did not do the Regals. I did more the neutrals. So then our second card, this is our second card. And I cased our second card from Karen, I think it's Ksenzakovic. Karen Ksenzakovic. That's what I did. And again, I changed it just a little bit, but the whole idea was hers. I don't think, there you can see, that is the timber embossing folder that is down on our first layer. This is made with very vanilla. On the inside of the card, I have the Pecan Pie. I stamped off twice with the tree, and the tree is the loveliest, tree. And again, this is another online exclusive. You guys, the online exclusives are fabulous. You got to check those out. Absolutely fabulous. And then the happy birthday came from the Loviest trees. And on the inside, the Hope Your Day, I should have one more stamp set. Okay, Hope Your Day came from So Sincere. Hope Your Day is a happy one. So that's what I got, and that's what I used. Now, this is all very vanilla. This is the, let me see, this is our online exclusive, the Pecan Pie, and it is the bordered ribbon. You can see the light and the dark. Again, I use the faux glass gems, dots. Let me see what else I have here. I used the pecan and clear ribboned exclusive or adhesive-backed dots. And I just used the pumpkin pie, the big ones. I lie, we are not using this. Forgot to put everything away from last time. Oops. All right. So here we go. Again, dimensions are on my blog. I'll have that posted probably an hour after I am done here. So let's go ahead. We'll start with the inside. And we're just going to layer this. See if I can do it without the adhesive sheet. And you just flick it at the end, so then it doesn't keep rolling on you. There we go. This is about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. All right, and our base is the very vanilla base. Oops, I am all over this. There we go. And again, my hardest part ends up being just making sure that this is straight. Can you hear my kitty? Yeah, she's talking. She wants to be on camera. Her name is CT. We have somebody who is mowing their yard. It is a sunny day in Seattle today. But before we do that, I'm going to put this down. That's what the silicone pad is for. Is so if you make a mistake, you can just put it down. I am going to take my mono or my liquid glue, and I'm going to put that on here. Because of this, whenever you emboss, there's lots of ridges and divots and a whole bunch of areas that tape adhesive doesn't always get down to and into. And so it's best to just go with a little bit of glue, because then your glue can get down in those divots and areas, and it's better. Gives it a better, adhering. So for this, I am just going to put this down. I have tape in the back. So I just put this on the back. I'm going to just add a little more tape over top of the ribbon backing so it will stay. And then from here, I'm just going to stick this on the front. Then with my ribbon, I'm going to come over towards the side and just keeping the ribbon on the spool, I'm just going to tie the ribbon. I'm going to get my scissors out and just give it a little chop. I want to make sure that they're a little bit even. There we go. And then I think I'm going to get a glue dot and put this down in the center. So with our glue dots, I don't know if you can see our little glue dots here. I am going to, I don't know where my take my pick tool is. Oh my goodness, look at what I'm dealing with. I'm going to take this off with my tweezers, I hope. And put this right underneath my knot. So that'll keep this down. Oh. Then I'm going to add my tree with using some, either you can use dimensionals or you can use the adhesive sheets. So it's really up to you. And this is foam adhesive sheet. And again, you can cut these down so they will be whatever size you need. I have lots of these. I love these. And I really think that's probably all we're going to need. So now I'll just move those out of the way right now. Taking off my backing. And then all I'm going to do is try to find the center and place it down. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I love this. I just think it is so attractive. And then I'm just going to use the adhesive sheets to put on this. And I'm measuring them to make sure that nothing shows. So my kitty's sitting behind me. She's pawing me, saying, I want to be a part of this. And again, if you would like to join, we got a good special going on right now. Please feel free. Otherwise, see if you want to, if you're ordering about $150 every few weeks, you may just want to be a demonstrator. That's the best part about this. And I would say if you have a demonstrator, make sure that you talk to them. This is a good time to become a demonstrator. And what did I just, here's my babies. Lots of perks. I am more than happy to talk to you about that if you're interested. Otherwise, if you do have a demonstrator, make sure you're talking to them. I love the fact that you are following me here, either on my Facebook page or on a recorded part of my Facebook page and or YouTube. Please make sure that you subscribe if you are listening through YouTube. And if you are on Facebook, give me a like. Show me what you did with throwing the dice. Okay, so these are our cards today. Aren't they beautiful? I really like these. And I want you guys to go out and make these. These are easy to do. If you do not want to use any of the embossing folders, then just make this a plain card. You know, you don't have to have anything on the back. This is beautiful. And I love this. Give masking a try, because masking is so much fun. But this is what I got out of these today. And I am excited to share those. And again, big shout outs to Karen. I think it's Ksenzakovic. I don't know, it's Ksenzakovic and Stamp with Tammy. So those are who I cased today. And I just think that you have done incredible work. Thank you very much. So those are my cards today. And now we have a new bunch of cards to make for 2 weeks. So our cards are clean and simple. Love black and white. We're blending. I'm not going to blend very much with black and white. Another masculine. Man, I must need to have masculine in my life. I got to get to all these people that I know that love what I'm creating right now with all the masculine stuff. Blending, bling, and masculine. So that's what we have coming up. So please, again, give me a big thumbs up. Give me a big woo-woo, because you're subscribing. I really appreciate it. And thank you for spending this day with me. So again, my name is Kevon, big old hearts. I'm at www.ktstamps.com, and I love creating cards for you. So thank you very much for coming and stamping with me today. I really appreciate it. Have a great weekend. Until next time, bye-bye, everybody.